Hey guys, happy court day to everybody. Are you guys excited? Because I am on the edge of my seat. Hope everybody's having a good Friday so far. Move that bus. Exactly. That's pretty much how I feel too. It's like, come on, chop, chop. Let's get to the meat potatoes of this day. Pretty much how I feel. Uh-oh. Like, come on, I need that to go away so I can open that chat. There we go. Well, Riley, I'm glad you made it. Hi, everyone. So I was going to wait until 2:30, but my phone keeps popping off because of Twitter and everybody's live tweeting about things that are going on. So I figured we might as well give ourselves a few extra minutes to kind of chat about what's going on and who's showing up. For anybody that didn't see last night, Colby did announce last night that him and his wife would be there. And I have pulled up on your screen a quick little interview they did with Colby as he went into the courthouse. If you guys want to watch that real quick. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited you guys are all here. We get to watch this circus go down together. So let's see what Colby had to say real quick, and then we will do some chatting. We'll see what else comes up.
Colby, for you guys, you're in just a really difficult situation. You've got these circumstances involved, but it's also your siblings. Can you speak a little bit about what does this require for you in situations like this, going into this?
Can you guys hear me? Oh, cheese and rice. Hold on a second. Okay. Oh, yeah. Now you can. I don't know. Damn computer wants to have a mind of its own. I don't have time for that shit today. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. Get out of here. Yeah, that was bizarre. Sorry. All right. Justin Lum said he was going to be live tweeting today. So Keith Morrison is there, which I find is pretty exciting. Yeah, not today, Satan, not today. Ah, what a mess. Can you imagine? So the courtroom capacity is 72 and the courthouse capacity is 300. I saw 4 or 5 hours ago, there were already people standing outside the courthouse with signs for justice for JJ and Tylee, which I thought was amazing. And no, Katie, did not miss it. The arraignment happens at the top of the hour. So I had planned on going, live around 2:30 my time. So, but I thought, nope, forget it. You guys are already here. Yeah. So here's the people there that were already had their signs up, which I think is awesome. Yeah, 38 minutes to go. It is time to get this party started. Hey, no problem. I don't mind going live. I've been pacing all day. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this. Before we get into all of the court stuff, so early on last Sunday, most of you know I posted a video for a call to action that Annie, Tylee's aunt, was kind of throwing together just to see what we could find about finding people that were at Yellowstone that day. Well, it turns out yesterday the FBI went ahead and got on board with that. So they're actually now doing the same push. So that video that I did about the call to action for Tylee, I'm going to leave that up because that still helps get the word out no matter how we can do it. But I did update all of the links in there to where you can contact the FBI directly. So I want to throw that out there. Oh, thanks, Crash. Ooh, your mom knew Lori? I bet that was a mess. I don't know. Her face, like the look on her face, she has disregard for everything. And I made her mugshot because I'm so proud of her. I'm so glad that she's been locked up. So, yes. Trying to think what else. Oh, another thing I want to address before we get started. One more thing. Yesterday, there was a lot of talk about her getting the royal treatment, more or less, because she was able to use the governor's plane for a portion of her trip. Oh, cheese and rice. For a portion of her trip. Now, that was actually planned for the last leg of her trip in order to expedite it. You know, instead of her having this crazy layover and being in public too long, the governor was like, no, just go get her and bring her back. So it wasn't anything crazy. You know, they weren't doing anything. They weren't doing her any favors. They were doing themselves a favor. And frankly, it was probably cheaper to operate the governor's plane anyway. So there was that. Yeah, her new mugshot is hideous. They just keep getting better, you know. I don't know. This woman. Yeah, exactly, Crash. They just wanted to get her here and get it going, which I can't blame them for that. We all wanted her. We wanted her here, you know, a month ago, if not before that. Wow. Yeah, I can't understand the idea. Like now, it's just being defiant as far as talking to or not talking about the children. And so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe she'll get tired of jail. We'll have to see. Huh. Wow. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to scour Twitter to see if there was anything popping up yet, but not yet. So, but there are some pictures coming up. So we'll just, which I love that people not only showed up to spectate, but people showed up to advocate with their signs for JJ and Tylee. I think that's amazing. I think that's absolutely amazing. Yeah, Riley, she has to think that she's not doing. Oh, thanks, Amy. Well, drive safely. Yeah, she's going to think that, oh, it's the end of the world. Or also what we've seen with people with this sort of mentality in the past, whether it be from cults and all that kind of stuff, they see anything that they're being persecuted. And this is the way, you know, now they're just like the savior and all this. It just goes on and on and on and on. So I can only imagine the things that she's telling herself. Hey, Emily, how are you? I don't know. They're saying that people are speculating the chat's going to show up to court. So we'll have to see, because that will be interesting. Because from what we know that Kay and Larry will be there, and we know that Colby and his wife are there. So it'll be curious to see who actually shows up in support of Lori. You know, can we expect her sister Summer to show up? Can we expect Melanie? Can we expect Zulema? I mean, can we expect Chad? Who knows? Hey, Southern Gal, Jen, how are you today? Yeah, Crash, you're right. And I think that them being separated is going to be the best thing for this case. Now, whether or not that gets us anywhere, but maybe it'll undo something. You know, Miss Chronic Chronicles, I was wondering that too. I was wondering if look at people are like Jason Moe or Mao or whatever the hell his last name, that moron, or Christopher Parrott, if either one of them will show up and, you know, in solidarity with their people. Oh. Hey everyone, just coming in. So I started a few minutes early because everybody was already waiting and I was anxious, not gonna lie. So, all right, let's see if we can find, dun, 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 dun. So, and you know, Team 69 Racing, especially for Chad, his criminal, I mean, he could easily be charged with the same thing Lori was in regards to basically lying to officers and hindering the investigation. They spelled that out plain as day in Lori's probable cause affidavit. So whenever Chad's comes out, I imagine that we're going to see the same thing in his, let's see, hold on. I'm trying to make sure I have all these places up for when all this goes down and see if anything is popping off. Hold on. Okay. Me too, Nikki. For whatever reason, these kids have really they grabbed me in mid-December and I thought there's no way. And as time has gone on, it's like I can't, even though their mom is off her damn rocker, it's not the kid's fault that she's off her rocker. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see how cooperative Melanie is actually being. I think she is probably doing or saying whatever she needs to do to benefit herself in her own custody battle, which that's just going to be a mess. Let's see. Where is... Oh, for hell's sake. Sorry, give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Trying to do 10 things here and get it all ready. That's craziness. Okay, back to this. All right, sorry. I don't buy it either, Teresa, but she is a mini Lori, but I could see her manipulating the situation to where she does just enough in order to... What in the actual hell? I is having a moment. Give me 1 second. Okay, I think now it should be happy again. Okay, I know it keeps muting me. I'm like, wait a second. So we're just switched over. And hopefully this thing works out. It's kinks. Yes, Keith Morrison is there. Actually, I'll show you a picture right now. As soon as I hit the button. There you go. Yep, he is there. Let's see. Yep. His technology cone, right? Another interesting thing about this jail she's in, it's a no contact jail no matter what. So everything they do is through videos, through the inmates and even their visitors. So her and Chad will physically be separated, which will be fabulous in my opinion. So we will see. Do we think that this Lowry, you nailed it. I've been thinking that too. I think Chad picked who did what and when, 100%. Do we think that her bail is going to get lowered or her bond will be lowered at all? Do we think the Ohio judge is going to be more forgiving than the Hawaii judge? I hope not. Nope. I sure hope not. I don't think so either. Could you just imagine? Although, I will say, she actually has some decent lawyers going to bat for her now. Not that they're really going to do her any favors. You know, it's going to take them a hot minute to even pretend to dig her out of any hole she's got herself into. Oh, and that's another thing. A lot of people were kind of freaking out about the all the discovery that her defense was asking for. And that is not uncommon. The defense always asks for, you know, all the discovery in a case. Now, the fact that her defense team is really being specific is actually better in the long run, because we would hate to see, I know I would hate to see that if, you know, let's speculate she gets convicted on X, Y, and Z, you know, but then years down the road, she's able to appeal it because certain evidence wasn't disclosed. So we want all the I's dotted and all the T's crossed. So the fact that they're being more specific is better in the long run for both sides. Yeah, you would think, Crash. You would think that she would know, but I don't know. I guess her defense will look at every piece of evidence and try to figure out how to, you know, rebuttal all of that and how to talk it down and make it not look like a big deal. I know everybody just wants to knock her, you know, her face right off her head. And I'm curious to see what her if she will act any differently, because not only because Kay and Larry will be there, but specifically for Colby being in that room with her. Yes, the hearing will go live at the top of the hour. I was just checking to see if anybody started streaming early. I have not found one yet. Hey, Shar, thanks for joining us. I'm glad you could be here. I'm hoping, probably against hope, that she doesn't just totally ignore him and treat him like she's been treating everybody else. Oh, thanks, Teresa. I love Bailey Sarian. She is so damn funny. I could care less one way about makeup, one way or the other, but I just like the way she tells a story. It just cracks me up every damn time. Uh-oh. Hold on, we might actually have a live already going. Let's see. Let's see what this says. Chrome tab. Let's see. Unmute. Give me 1 second. Shit.
This morning, I met with Colby Ryan, the oldest son of Lori Vallow. This is his
first time. You guys hear that? Rexburg.
All he wants to do is see his mom's face, and this will be the first time he's seen her since she told him she was moving out of Arizona.
Getting here was like the realest thing, like knowing this is where it's going down, knowing that my mom's here and they're looking for the kids. I mean, we're just heartbroken, and we're just trying to stay positive right now and today. And when we go to the court hearing, it's all going to have to just happen. I can't prepare for it.
I also asked Colby if he had anything to say to Chad Daybell. That's Lori's husband, the Doomsday author. They got married on November 5th in Kauai. While all this was going on, family members concerned and wondering where JJ and Tylee were. Well, Colby says he has nothing to say to Chad unless he can tell him where his siblings are. We'll have more updates throughout the day as this court appearance gets set for 2 p.m. this afternoon. In Rexburg, Justin Lum, Fox 10 News.
Justin, thank you. Of course, we'll have much more on this in later editions of Fox 10. All happening now, ASU police searching for the man who sexually assaulted someone on campus.
Okay, well, we don't need to hear about all that. Let's see. I was hoping they were just going to keep it going, but I guess not. So give me one more second. Oh, Lord. Hold on a second. Her defense team, let's look at this real quick. This just popped up. Her defense team, oh, shit, wrong button, is now asking that her count 5 be separated from the other counts, which count 5 would be her contempt of court. Oh, Lord. And basically, that's just saying if they do that, what the hell's the point of that? Because then there would be 2 separate court cases and 2 separate. Oh, she's a dumbass. That can't even be real. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're going to try to throw out all the stops, and I just think it's going to come back and bite them in the ass eventually. We'll just have to see. Oh, these people. All right, let me give me 1 second. Sorry. I'm not trying to ignore you guys. I'm trying to see. Look for a couple things before. Somebody should already be going live with this. Da, 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 da. Okay. I think we're set up and ready now. All right. Yeah, and do we think that she's going to come in with her big old attitude again, or do you think her decent lawyers are going to tell her, you need to calm it down and not look like an asshole basically in court, and maybe the judge will pay attention to you, but if you act like a jackass, Ooh, putting together the pieces. What are you going to court for? Or maybe you don't want to, maybe you can't say, I don't know, but I'd love to know. I just wonder what her attitude's going to be like. And I just hope, like I said a few minutes ago, I just hope that she is not a jackass to Colby. Oh yeah, she's got resting bitch face like very few other people I've seen in my day. It's pretty impressive, to be honest. Scary, but impressive. Oh my goodness, let's see. There we go. No. Okay. Oh yeah. Where are we planning? I think we're gonna do Fox 10 on their website. Ooh. Oh. Huh. Where's your thing at? Putting together the pieces. Oh
shit. Come back. Go to channel. Awesome. Perfect. Okay. Yes, she'll physically be in the courtroom. She will be in a room with Colby Kay and Larry. Her lawyers may have advised her lawyer. I know her lawyer, what's his name? Mr. Means, he arrived earlier today. So I mean, it's possible that he advised her on who would be there and how to present herself. And regardless if they advised her or not, she's likely to do whatever the hell she wants anyway. I think that's a proven fact. So, oh my gosh. My son decides to bust out the electric guitar while I'm live. So if you hear somebody jamming upstairs, I'm going to apologize ahead of time because he's new to this. So gosh only knows the noises that are about to be coming through the pipeline here. Do I think they're alive? I have hope that they are. Does that mean they are? No. But until I'm told not to have hope, I'm going to have hope. Heather, she has new lawyers because the divorce lawyer, Sean Bartholick, was actually representing both Chad and Lori. And it basically, he's saying it's conflict of interest, which it absolutely is. But at the end of the day, I also feel like he was way over his head with everything she's got going on. And with his specialty being divorced, this was just, whew, bad news bears. The rest ran away, no doubt. But we'll see. Apparently, her female lawyer is supposed to be a spunky little thing. So we will see. I don't know. Which would explain the detailed request for discovery. Having somebody that is very thorough. And again, that's what we want from both sides. We don't want anything to get thrown out because of a legal misstep somewhere along the way from anyone. Okay, let's see. I hate these last few minutes before it starts because like I just want it to start now. Uh-oh, Chad is there. Oh, snap. Hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, shit. Chrome 10. Let's do this. Where are we? It's this one. Is that the right one? Yes. Okay. Yep. Oh, if their stream sucks, we're not staying here. Okay. Wow. Trying to see who else is there. Nope, Sydney, you didn't miss anything. We just actually got our first live stream from inside the courtroom. And within the last 30 seconds, we discovered Chad is there. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my Lanta. There's Colby's wife and Colby. Can you imagine how Colby feels right now? That's got to be horrific. Gosh, I feel like I'm in the courtroom. I'm like, shh, everybody be quiet. Oh, this is craziness. Oh my gosh. Where is... Oh man. Larry's like, what time is it? Just get this crazy broad out here. Oh man. Yep. Oh, VB girl, it's just now starting. Sorry. Everybody's so nervous. They are wearing lays. That shouldn't be funny, but it's funny. I feel horrible for Kay and Larry, and I feel horrible for Colby in this moment. Like, I'm stressed out about this a lot bit. Oh my gosh. I know, I'm nervous too. I want this bond to stay high. God, could you imagine sitting across the aisle from Chad Daybell if you were Kay and Larry? Oh my God. I would be losing my mind. Exactly, BB girl. Oh my gosh. Look, she's got a whole row for people to support her. Nobody showed up. That's a damn shame. Whew, okay, here we go. Come on. Phew. I hope so too. Hey, Genderlocks Mom, how are you? I know I'm already whispering. I told you. I feel like I'm in court. Yep, Chad is there on the other side, just across the aisle from Kay and Larry, actually, which is, whew. Exactly, Crash. I'm going to yell up the stairs and be like, Kevin, put down that damn guitar. Court is in session. He's going to be like, what the hell, Mom? Oh my gosh. BB girl, if this thing goes full into trial, I'm going to Idaho. I have to put my eyes on this woman. Whew. God, could they build the anticipation anymore? No, there's no sound. There's nothing coming from this courtroom right now. Yeah, it is silent in there. Okay, we need to make that stop, whatever the hell's popping up over here. Okay. Well, sweet crazy, we'll meet up. Oh, here. Let me get back up. Emily, you want a wrench? Here. Emily, you can have a wrench. Anybody else want a wrench? You guys, everybody here gets along so well. We typically don't have problems. And Lord knows with Charlene in the house, ain't nobody going to get away with anything. She cracks the whip. Oh my gosh. Huh. Oh my gosh. Are they walking her right in front of them? Oh my God. Whoa. Oh my God. Wow. I had to pick my mouth up off the floor for that.
All right. District Court Magistrate Division and now session. The Honorable Karen Evans presiding.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Did she not see her son?
All right, before we get started, I'm going to review one thing for the audience here today regarding disruptive behavior. Any activity or behavior which is considered disruptive by the court will result in removal from the courtroom. Any spectator who creates a visual or auditory disturbance of the court proceedings may be removed from the courtroom and or the building at any time at the discretion of me or court security.
Yeah, she's wearing lipstick. It don't look to be her color either.
We'll now call the case Madison County Magistrate Division of the District Court, CR 3320-302, State of Idaho versus Lori Vallow. Counsel for Ms. Vallow appears at the defense table. We have Ms. Cox, Mr. Webb, and Mr. Means. Counsel for the state is Mr. Wood and Mr. Rammel. This is the date and time set for an initial appearance. The defendant is also present here in the courtroom. Counsel for defense, in the court pleadings, it designates Ms. Vallow, aka Ms. Daybell. How would your client like to be referred to by the court? Ms. Daybell, do you read, speak, and understand the English language? Ms. Daybell, did you fill out a notification of rights form with your counsel prior to the hearing here today? Do you understand your legal rights here today? Do you have any questions about the form that you filled out or your rights? No. All right, we'll proceed forward then. Ms. Daybell, it's my understanding that you've hired these three attorneys that are with you here today, and that's your position that you'd like to retain your own private counsel. Is that correct? Did you get a copy of the criminal complaint as well as the arrest warrant that has been issued in this matter? Ms. Daybell, I can read the criminal complaint in its entirety, or we can summarize it going through each of the charges. Which would you prefer?
We will wait before we read it down.
We'll just go through the counts then, one by one, as well as the penalties. This criminal complaint was filed here in Madison County on February 18th, 2020. It is State of Idaho versus Lori Vallow, aka Lori Daybell. It charges the defendant with 5 different counts. The first count is desertion and non-support of children or spouse. That count is a felony under Idaho law, Idaho Code 18-401, Section 1. The punishment is up to a 4-year maximum imprisonment in the state penitentiary and or up to a $500 fine. It designates or alleges that the defendant, Lori Vallow, aka Lori Daybell, on or between the 23rd of September 2019 and the 18th day of February 2020 in the county of Madison, state of Idaho, did desert a child under the age of 18, to wit, JV, date of birth 5/25/12, who was dependent upon the defendant for care, education, or support with the intent to abandon JV. Ms. Daybell, do you understand what count 1 alleges, as well as the maximum penalties? Under count 2, it is that same charge, desertion and non-support of children or spouse. It's also a felony under Idaho Code 18-401, subsection 1.
God, she's
It is
outrageous.
punishable by up to 14 years in the state penitentiary and or up to a $500 fine. It alleges that the defendant, Lori Vallow, aka Lori Daybell, on or between the 8th day of September 2019 and the 18th day of February 2020 in the county of Madison, state of Idaho, did desert a child under the age of 18, to wit, TR, with a date of birth of 9/24/2002, who was dependent on the defendant for care, education, or support with the intent to abandon TR. Ms. Daybell, do you understand what's been charged?
That's what I think too, Barbara.
Ms. Daybell, count 3 is a misdemeanor under Idaho.
She acts
law.
like
It's
she's
the
got
charge of
somewhere else to be.
resisting or obstructing an officer, a violation of Idaho Code 18-705. It's punishable by up to 1 year in the county jail and up to a $1,000 fine. It alleges that
Tanya.
the defendant, Lori Vallow, aka Lori Daybell, on or about the 26th day of November 2019 in the county of Madison, state of Idaho, did willfully delay and or obstruct a public officer, to wit, Lieutenant Ron Ball of the Rexburg Police Department, in the discharge of his office by giving false information regarding the whereabouts of a child, JV, date of birth 5/25/2012, and thereby delaying the search for JV. Ms. Daybell, do you understand the charge in count 3 as well as the maximum penalties? Count 4 is also a misdemeanor. It's a charge of solicitation. It carries with it up to 6 months in the county jail and a $500 fine. It's a violation of Idaho Code 18-2001. It alleges that the defendant, Lori Vallow, aka Lori Daybell, on or about the 26th day of November 2019 in the county of Madison, state of Idaho, with the purpose of
She loves
coercing or
this
facilitating
attention.
the commission of a crime, encouraged and or requested Melanie Gibb to engage in conduct which would constitute the crime of resisting and or obstructing an officer. By
All kinds of
requesting
paths.
and or encouraging Melanie Gibb to give false information to law enforcement regarding the whereabouts of a child, JV, date of birth 5/25/2012. Ms. Daybell, do you understand the charge of count 4 as well as the maximum penalty? The last count is count 5. It's a misdemeanor under Idaho law. It's a charge of contempt, a violation of Idaho Code 18-1801, subsection 4. It's punishable by up to 6 months in the county jail and up to a $1,000 fine. It alleges that the defendant, Lori Vallow, aka Lori Daybell,
Lori,
on or
you're
about
cracking
the
me up.
30th day of January 2020, in the county of Madison, state of Idaho, did willfully disobey a lawful court order in Madison County, case number CD 3320-45, by failing to physically produce minor children JV and TR to the Rexburg Police Department.
But she looked at that attorney like she really thinks those attorneys are going to get her out of something today.
Within 5 days of service Ms. Daybell, do you understand what's been alleged in count 5 as well as the maximum penalty? Ms. Daybell, do you understand that all of those charges and their maximum penalties could run consecutively, one after the other, or they could run concurrently, meaning at the same time? Do you understand that? In addition to the rights form that you've already filled out, pursuant to Idaho Criminal Rule 5, I'm also going to give you the following rights. Number 1, you are not required to make a statement, and that any statement made by you today can be used against you in court. Number 2, you're entitled to know the nature of the charges that have been brought against you, which we've already gone through. Number 3, you are entitled to bail. You have a right to bail. Number 4, you have the right to be represented by counsel. Number 5, you have a right to a preliminary hearing. That preliminary hearing must be set within 14 days if you're incarcerated. It can be set within 21 days if you're not incarcerated. That preliminary hearing is a probable cause hearing where the state will have the burden of showing probable cause that the 2 felonies have been committed in order for you to be bound over to the district court. You also have the right to communicate with counsel and immediate family, and that reasonable means will be provided for you to do so. Do you understand those legal rights, Ms. Daybell? All right, Ms. Daybell, now we'll schedule the preliminary hearing. I've met with counsel in chambers prior to coming out here, and there's a few dates that I believe did work. Mr. Wood, on behalf of the state, you designated that the state needs approximately 2 weeks to be ready. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you also designated that the state needed 2 days for the preliminary hearing to take place. Is that correct?
Wow.
Yes.
Does the defense want to comment as far as how much time they need to be ready, as well as how much time the preliminary hearing will take?
Your Honor, I think 2 weeks is more than sufficient, and I agree with the proposed 2-day setting.
You know, Shannon, she never shows respect to anybody.
19th. Does that work for counsel for the defense?
Your Honor, the state may have an issue getting one of our witnesses
fuck is
over
that?
here from Hawaii.
Sorry, hold on.
We had asked previously that it be set for the 19th and 20th, and we can continue that request.
Mr. Wood, if we made some arrangements so that if your witness could only be here by the 19th, that we allowed that witness to testify on the 19th, would that appease your concern?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does the defense have any objection to that, to moving things around a little bit so that that witness can testify on the 19th and not on the 18th?
No, Your Honor.
All right. We'll schedule then the preliminary hearing for March 18th and 19th here at the Madison County Courthouse. We'll schedule that right at 9 a.m.
Oh, boy.
The court notes that there was a motion for a bond reduction that was filed by the defense
Here we
in this
go.
matter approximately 2 days ago. Has the prosecution received a copy of that motion to reduce bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Wood, is the prosecution objecting to that being heard here today?
No, You're not. No, we're not, Your Honor.
We'll hear the motion to reduce bond then today. Ms. Elcox, are you going to be arguing that?
Yes, sir.
You may proceed with your argument. I want you to know that I have reviewed your motion. I've also reviewed Title 19, Chapter 29, and Idaho Criminal Rule 46.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, we are asking that the court today set bail in the amount of $10,000.
Oh, Jesus, hell.
With what Lori's attorney in Hawaii requested. In the event that the court is not inclined to set bond in the amount of $10,000, we are asking that the court consider setting a bond no higher than $50,000 in this case. Lori is presumed innocent as she stands before the court today. The fact that she is presumed innocent is not a loose guideline. It's a foundational principle of the American criminal justice system. Under both the 8th Amendment to the United States Constitution and Article 1, Section 6 of the Idaho Constitution, excessive bail is prohibited. Judge, you are the gatekeeper in this case. You're the guardian of the presumption of innocence and the constitutional rights afforded to Lori. This is not a court of public opinion. This is a court of law. And are we going to let our citizens'
Exactly, Crash.
rights be
dictated by what appears in the media. Bail must be set in an amount that assures Lori's appearance in court and is commensurate with the charges that she is actually facing
Exactly,
today
Heather.
in court. A $5 million bond is unreasonable, it's astronomically excessive, and is the functional equivalent of holding Lori without bond. This is a violation of Lori's constitutional rights.
Too bad, so sad.
I can tell the court that in my almost decade of practicing law as both a prosecutor and a defense attorney, I have never seen the crime of desertion charged. This is because abandonment issues are generally dealt with under the Child Protection Act, not the criminal code. But even under the desertion criminal statute, which Lori has been charged with and faces these charges here today, the maximum fine, as Your Honor said today in court, that can be ordered is $500. Yet her bail is set at $5 million, 10,000 times the maximum fine in this case. In a recent Madison County murder case, the bond was set at $1 million. In the 5 counts the court read today, charged in the criminal case, there is not one allegation of a crime of violence. A bond set this high denies Lori due process and fundamentally deprives her of her ability to meaningfully participate in the defense of these allegations she faces. It is clear that the government just needed to find a charge that would fit in this case because of all of the media attention surrounding this matter. The last thing that should happen is to allow this case to be tried in the media and to allow public opinion and rampant speculation to dictate how this case proceeds through the judicial system. Considering the purpose of bail, to which Lori is entitled as a matter of right, Idaho Criminal Rule 46, as Your Honor referenced, lists the factors that the court should consider when determining the appropriate bail amount to set in this case.
It's like she copy and pasted what DaCosta said in Hawaii.
Not requested because she has no criminal history whatsoever. In fact, Lori took the initiative.
Chad is right behind that lawyer talking.
To contact law enforcement and say, in the event
goddamn.
that there are issues, she will voluntarily turn herself in. Police did not afford her that opportunity to do so. They created a spectacle out of the situation when they knew that Lori had contacted law enforcement and indicated that she would turn herself in. She waived extradition in this case. She did not fight returning to Idaho. She has hired 3 criminal defense attorneys in 2 different law firms, and she is dedicated to vigorously defending against these allegations.
Oh yeah,
We
raise your
at
eyebrows
Arraignment
and shake your head,
also
Lori.
agree to assure Lori's presence in court. Chad, Lori's husband, has returned to Idaho to his home of his own volition, and Lori and Chad maintain a residence locally. That home was purchased over 5 years ago, or approximately 5 years ago.
They don't own shit
their
together.
Children, their children's spouses, their grandchildren are all located locally.
Did she just say their children as if the kids are there? Shut
She
the
is
fuck up,
no
lady.
virus whatsoever, and this assertion that when this investigation began, when there was initial law enforcement contact, that she fled to Hawaii is unequivocally false.
Is that right?
That was a planned move. We believe that the evidence will show that, will establish that. It was a planned move to a place that she had previously lived, and she moved to the exact same neighborhood in which she previously resided.
That's a crack of
Lori's
shit.
history demonstrates that she has a consistency in her residences. She lived in Austin, Texas for almost 20 years, worked at the same salon for 15 years.
Exactly,
She
Crash.
moved to Chandler, Arizona, where she resided for 5 years in the same house. She worked as the director for Broadway Kids, an organization that puts on summer camps for children, and she also
Really?
taught group fitness. Between 2014 and 2018, she lived in Hawaii until she returned there this fall. Lori's history demonstrates that she has consistent long-term residence and a long-term employment in those places that she's lived. Further, Your Honor, there is probably no greater assurance that Lori will appear before this court and any other court assigned to preside over this case because
Marsha
the
Clark.
droves of people that she has following her every move, even before she was charged. She has TV cameras in her face. She has people following her. It is.
Oh, God forbid Precious be uncomfortable. Shut the hell up.
It's more effective.
Gosh damn it.
Surveillance.
Damn thing keep popping up, pissing me off.
She cannot go anywhere without cameras and people scrutinizing her.
Then her ass should just stay in jail. Let's just call it even.
Flight risk whatsoever. She is intent on defending against these allegations and proving that she is innocent, despite the fact it's the state's burden to prove her guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If the intent of the high bond as originally set in this case was to ensure that Lori was transported back to Idaho, she is back. And as I stated, she is eager to defend against these charges. Regardless as to whether she has been tried and convicted in the court of public opinion, Your Honor, here today, Lori is innocent.
No shit, Regina.
Lori will absolutely abide by any pretrial release conditions, any sort of monitoring that the court requires, but there is simply no basis for a bond this high, and it must be reduced given the charges that she's facing. For those reasons, Your Honor, we would ask that you grant the defendant's request to reduce bond.
Ms. Elcox, just so I'm clear, if your client were to bond out, I don't need her address, but where would be her expected place of residence be?
She'll be residing locally, Your Honor. I can provide that address to the court under seal if the court would like to do so, but given the media attention, I would rather not put that on the record.
I understand. Thank you. Mr. Wood, do you wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor.
God, I hope he's as good as the Hawaii DA.
I'll address counsel's comments first on how we got here and why the bond for the bill was set at what it's at. This case didn't start as a criminal case, Your Honor. It started as a report of 2 missing children who are still missing. November 25th, Rexburg police late in the day get notice that this young child is missing. Within 24 hours, they respond. When they respond, they're given verifiably false information by the defendant. And so the next day they obtain warrants and to search the residence for the child. And at that point, the defendant is gone. Now they say it's a planned move. Maybe they did plan to move to Hawaii. However, they clearly left very quickly as soon as they were contacted by law enforcement. The vast majority of their belongings in that apartment.
Exactly, Crash.
And so the investigation continued. A Child Protection Act was filed, and an order was given for Lori to produce the children, for the defendant to produce the children.
Is she seeing shit? What's she looking at?
I'll address this issue that she informed law enforcement that she would turn herself in. It's kind of hard to trust someone to turn themselves in on a warrant when a simple welfare check caused that person to leave. Your Honor, as counsel stated, Idaho Criminal Rule 46.
She really thinks she's getting out of there today.
So we'll go down through those. The defendant's employment status and history. As far as we're aware, she's not presently employed. No argument can be made that she's at a risk of losing employment. Their financial condition. We are aware that the defendant's new husband received a substantial sum of life insurance proceeds from the death of his wife last October. Obviously, those funds provide them with the ability to relocate quickly and to stay away from Idaho, which we believe they've already done. The nature and extent of the defendant's family relationships. The defendant's only family here is her new husband. And it's important for the court to consider that at a bail reduction hearing in Hawaii, very recently, the defendant's attorney represented to the court that her husband lived in Hawaii, not in Idaho.
Exactly.
Now, we understand
I'm glad he said that.
have a house here, close to here. However, the fact that the defendant represented to a Hawaii court that they lived in Hawaii shows that they consider their ties not in Idaho, but in Hawaii. In terms of her past residences, if we go back to the last,
God, he's a doofus.
last year, it's a little more concerning. In regards, since this last summer, the defendant has lived in Arizona, Idaho, and Hawaii. And quite frankly, the circumstances under which she left Arizona, which was soon after the killing of her estranged husband by her brother, and the circumstances in which she left Idaho, which was the same night Rexburg police did a welfare check on her, give the state serious concern that she is a flight risk.
Duck lips.
Factor 4 is the defendant's character and reputation. Since this last summer, there's been a clear and alarming pattern in the defendant's life. There are
Damn
literally
right.
3 active investigations of suspicious deaths that she is related to. And I want to be clear, Your Honor, we're not saying she's been charged in those. And we're not saying the court should treat her as such. However, she is related to each of those deaths, and it is alarming to the state. As we've said before, Your Honor, the defendant tried to mislead Rexburg law enforcement about the whereabouts of her children. In furtherance of that, she tried to convince a family friend to tell the Rexburg police that the children were with her in Arizona, even though they weren't.
Look at Kay and Larry.
And that, Your Honor, the defendant has a history of defying court orders. In the child protection case associated with this case, she refused to produce her children as ordered. In a 2009 child custody case in Travis County, Texas, the defendant was found guilty of 7 different counts of civil contempt. Factor 5, the persons who agreed to assist the defendant in attending the court at the proper time. Again, Your Honor, that's pretty much limited to her husband. And due to the fact that he and the defendant left so abruptly before, we don't have a lot of assurance from that. Factor 6, the nature of the current charge and any mitigating or aggravating factors that may bear on the likelihood of conviction and the possible penalty. In regard to those factors, Your Honor, the state would first point out the language of Idaho Code 18401.
God, look at
which
Kay's
states that it is
face.
a felony for anyone having a child under the age of 18 years dependent upon him or her for care, education, or support.
Man, if looks could kill, Kay would have done killed her 50 times in the last 30 seconds.
With intent to abandon it is a felony. In any manner, whatever. That's a broad
Look at,
statute,
she's
Your Honor.
such a
Broad
defiant bitch.
deals with protecting children. So the aggravating factors bearing on the likelihood of conviction in this case include the following. The defendant established a residence in Madison County, Idaho, with 2 minor children. Those children ended up being reported as missing, and the defendant left the state without them. The defendant defied a court order to produce those children. One of those minor children is only 7 years old and has special needs which require medication and medical attention. Both of the minor children received Social Security benefits, and the defendant continued collecting the children's Social Security benefits into her own account, both after the last known sightings of the children in Madison County and continuing into Hawaii. And it's important to note the case law related to the desertion of a minor child and Idaho Code 19302 make it clear that this court has jurisdiction over acts of desertion both in here in Madison County and continuing into Hawaii. And the most aggravating factor, Your Honor, one that's quite frankly heartbreaking and is the reason why there's so much media attention, is that the children are still missing. And the defendant has not only misled law enforcement in their efforts to find the children, but she has completely and utterly refused to aid in any attempts to find the children, even before charges were filed.
Yep.
Another factor bearing on the likelihood of conviction is the Idaho Code 18403 and 18405 in case law related to the statute under which she was charged make it clear that proving abandonment or desertion is prima facie evidence that the desertion was willful, which makes it easier for the state to obtain a conviction. In regards to the sentence, should the defendant be convicted, and we believe she will, the defendant could face up to 30 years in prison, which is certainly motive to flee. As far as the defendant's prior criminal record, Your Honor, we aren't aware of any criminal history. However, as we discussed earlier, she does have a history of defying court orders. Any factor number 8, any facts indicating the possibility of violations of law if the defendant is released without restrictions. And Your Honor, I would say past behavior is the best predictor of future behavior. She's already disobeyed this court's order, so we have no reason to believe that.
Oh my God, come on.
Factor 9, any other facts tending to indicate that the defendant has strong ties with the community and is not likely to flee the jurisdiction. At this point, Your Honor, with her 2 children missing, the defendant's only local tie is her husband, who again, as of a couple of weeks ago, she claimed that he lived in Hawaii. Factor 10, what reasonable restrictions, conditions, and prohibitions should be placed on the defendant's activities, movements, associations, and residences. Your Honor, should the bail be lowered, or should the defendant be able to make bail, we would ask for the following restrictions: that she be limited to living in Madison or Fremont County, Idaho. That she be required to wear some sort of GPS location device, and we're aware that those can be obtained from a bondsman.
Oh God.
The defendant, if she does have a passport, she surrendered to the court. In conclusion, Your Honor, the defendant
Thanks, Linda.
established through her own behavior that she cannot be trusted to obey a court order or to appear at future court hearings. The state believes that bail should be confirmed where it is. We have no confidence that the defendant will stay in the area and appear for future hearings should she be released.
Thank you, Mr. Wood. Ms. Alcox, this is your motion. I'll give you the last word if you'd like it.
As I indicated, Lori is more than willing to abide by any restriction that the court puts on her if the court so chooses to do so.
Look at how slumped over Lori is now. She's not looking so confident.
The best predictor of future behavior. I would point to the fact that Lori, in all of the decades she's been alive, does not have a single criminal law violation whatsoever. It goes without saying that she also does not have any failure to appear in any criminal case. The prosecutor referenced the specific code language that she is charged with. I would note that this statute doesn't have a definition for abandon. However, the Child Protective Act does.
You need a definition for abandon. Is she serious right now?
The prima facie evidence of abandonment is established when there hasn't been the parental relationship hasn't been maintained for a year. Pursuant to the charging language and the time period that the state chose to charge in this case, Lori isn't even at half that time.
Oh, so good. Let's give her another 9 months. This stupid bitch.
Assertion that Lori will be convicted of these charges. I have represented to the court as I have a duty of candor to the tribunal that Lori will be residing locally. And as I indicated, I'm happy to provide that address to Your Honor under seal to protect Lori in this case. The prosecutor has gone through a litany of allegations.
Yeah, Riley, she doesn't look as confident as she did 20 minutes ago.
Not facing any sort of criminal charges whatsoever, and not criminal charges in this case. Those should not be considered by the court for purposes of this case and setting bond pursuant to Idaho, the factors listed in Idaho Criminal Rule 46. We would ask that you grant the defendant's request and set bail as requested in this matter.
Thank you, Ms. Alcox. Court has listened carefully to the argument.
Oh God, here we go.
And the defense. The court has reviewed in detail and in full Rule 46 of the Idaho Criminal Rules. The court has also reviewed the Idaho Bail Act, Title 19, Chapter 29, specifically under 1929-04. It designates that the court may release a person on his own recognizance or set an amount of bail and may impose any conditions of release. In making these determinations, the court shall consider the following objectives.
Just get to it.
Number 1, ensuring the appearance of the defendant. Number 2, ensuring the integrity of the court process, including the right of the defendant to bail as constitutionally provided.
Jesus, hell, come
Number
on.
3, ensuring the protection of victims and witnesses. And number 4, ensuring public safety.
Amen,
The
Crash.
court has taken all 4 of those factors into consideration, as well as all 10 factors under subsection C under the Idaho Criminal Rules 46. And based upon the argument that I've heard here today, the court is going to reduce bail. I'm going to reduce bail to the amount of $1 million.
Did you see her face?
That have been looked at here. One specific thing that the court notes in setting such a high bail amount.
Shit,
there is
she's
a
gonna get out.
court order, and to my knowledge, there has been nothing set forth regarding obedience to that court order pertaining to lining the court out with information on where the 2 children are at the Department of Health and Welfare or at the Rexburg Police Department. So with that, bail will be set at $1 million. If bail is posted, there will also be the following conditions that are ordered. Number 1, there will need to be a waiver of extradition signed from any and all jurisdictions to be brought back here before the court. Number two, I'm going to require that Ms. Daybell not leave Bonneville, Jefferson, Madison, and Fremont counties. If she were to leave any of those counties while this case is pending without permission or authorization from the court, that would be a violation of the terms of bond and release. I'm also going to order that there be an ankle monitor that is placed on the defendant. That will need to be all lined out before she's eligible to bail out. It will be monitoring 24 hours a day, 7 days a week as to where the defendant is. And then lastly, I'm going to order as a term of any release or bail that the defendant appear for all court appearances, that she maintain contact with her counsel, and that she abide by all the laws of this state, this country, this county, and this city. Mr. Wood, do you have any questions about my ruling regarding the reduction of that bail?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Elcox?
Just briefly, Your Honor, does the court have a specific form for the waiver of extradition you would like us to use?
I think the jail has one. Does the jail have a form that they have? If you'll communicate with the jail, I think they do have a form. If not, why don't you submit the one?
She's so proud.
Mr. Wood, you can submit that after she signed it, and the court will review to make sure it meets my satisfaction.
Yes, Your Honor. And do you have, would you like us to coordinate setting up the ankle monitor through the jail, or do you have a specific agency you would like us to use?
You can coordinate with the jail and or the sheriff's office. They'll know that information. They may have someone that they usually use. I'm not sure of that. If you have a preference, you could provide that information to them. And if there's an issue, it can be brought before me.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
No, thank you.
I believe that takes care of everything that we're here for today. In a moment, I'm going to leave. When I do that, the audience is going to be asked to rise. I'm going to leave the courtroom. After I leave, I'm instructing everybody to be seated again. There will be the removal of the defendant from the courtroom, and then everybody will be excused row by row pursuant to court personnel here today.
So she's got to walk by Kay and Larry again. Oh, God. This stupid bitch. Oh, my God. Okay, here. She's so proud of herself that she struts by them. What a bitch. Look at Kay. Oh, poor Kay. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Whew. Well, Tanya, we know Chad, as of February, had $153,000 in a Hawaii bank account. So is he willing to just give up $100,000? And we're gonna, what? We have until March 18th. So we have 12 days before she's got to be back. Oh, Lord. The press is already surrounding Chad's property. I wonder if she even knows Colby was there. Oh, did you see Colby give him a good eye fuck over towards Chad? That was good, Colby. Good job. Damn. Yeah, Chad, get out there in the hallway. You got some people waiting for you. Oh my gosh. Well. Holy cow. Okay. Phew. So what do we think, guys? All right, let's turn this off real quick. And then we already saw that. Okay. We can, I guess we can, what do you guys think? I mean, as soon as he said we're dropping bail, I was about to be so pissed. But whenever he said $1 million, I'm like, well, that I can deal with. I mean, it beats 10 grand or whatever BS they were just trying to come out with. But I mean, they're going to give her a short rope to hang herself with. And if she screws up just once, that is that. Thanks, Jack's mom. I couldn't help it. Her mugshots make my day. Her first one I actually framed and put up behind me here on the wall. Yeah, thank God not 10,000. Could you imagine? Oh my God. People would have rioted. Honest to God. People would have rioted. And you know, now we're assuming that Chad's going to pump over, you know, his last remaining $100,000. And then I guess she's going to Chad's family home. Are you serious right now? Like, he has 2 of his grown children live there, and with their kids and like Chad's kids and grandkids, a few of them live in that home, and he's going to bring her there. Oh, God bless America. Are you serious right now? Like, I can't even. Right, Crash. Like, I mean, I get that his kids are just as far up his ass as Lori is, but seriously, there has to be a line somewhere. Oh my God. 805 makes you want to scrap. I mean, but again, we are just assuming Chad's going to fork over 100 grand. And I mean, I can't see why he wouldn't. Absolutely not. I mean, as of last month, when they got his bank statement, it said 153,000 left. And you consider that was at the last statement. So they had to have gone through more money since that statement was taken. And if he got $436,000 at the end of October from Tammy's death, and they've already gone through $300,000 in 3 months, Jesus, hell, that is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Right. And that's what I'm wondering, like, who's going to keep paying this lawyer fee? I speculated about this a few videos ago. I mean, eventually the money's going to run out. And if their supporters don't step up to the plate, she's not going to be able to afford these highfalutin attorneys forever. I mean, I think it would be amazing if she ended up with a public defender. That would just make my day. Damn right she's an expensive wife. Holy cow. You want to talk about high maintenance? Good gravy. Yeah, Melanie, isn't that cute? I mean, yeah, here, honey, come on. Welcome home. Yeah, my last wife died right there. Can I get you a Coke? I mean, what the hell is wrong with these people? I just cannot wrap my head around it. I just don't get it. And how this is okay. Yeah. And Roku Cassie, don't they have to do, I know here in Missouri, they have to pay monthly for their own, for their ankle bracelets and stuff. So that's interesting. Wow, $1 million. Paul, well, her bail was reduced down to $1 million. instead of 5 million. Let's see. Ooh, crash. That would be fantastic if they could, because then she couldn't live there. So what happens now? Well, I guess now we see if she makes bail. And then we see she goes back to court. Her preliminary hearing is going to be a 2-day process, and it's going to be March 18th and 19th. So in 12 days. So, oh, do we have live stuff? Okay, hold on. Sorry. I'm just sitting here chatting away here. I'll pull us up a live feed. Hold on. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Damn it. Come on. Where are they live? Where did you see them live? East Idaho News. Okay. I can't. Let's go this way. Is this live still? Or is this from earlier? That's from earlier. Where the hell? Okay, why won't it? Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to find this. Trying to find this shit, and it's not wanting to come up for me. I know. I'm trying to get to it outside. Trying to find. Son of a bitch. Ooh. Where are they live at? Why am I missing it? Is it on Facebook? Shit. I just closed Facebook. Okay. Lord have mercy. I'm getting there, guys, finally. Sorry. Hopefully. Why is Facebook like the slowest website on the internet? I don't understand it. Okay, here we go.
Hey.
All right, hold on.
Wasn't there a penitentiary attached? Like, she might just go into that.
Hold on.
Yeah, I don't think Lori's coming out here, but.
There we go. Sorry, guys.
No, they just lowered the bond from 5 million to 1 million. I guess she could post it later, or she could post it in an hour. They gotta get her ankle bracelet though, and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I think she's got the money.
She smiled like she was happy about it. So.
They do have that money.
Yeah, see, even Nate knows. Oh, is Bipolar Princess still here?
If you're just tuning in, we are waiting for reaction from the hearing that just happened with Lori, Daybell, a judge agreed to lower her bond from $5 million to $1 million. Her next court hearing will be March 18th and 19th. It will be a 2-day preliminary hearing. They are expected to the state, that's when the state, Madison County, has to prove that they have enough evidence that Lori allegedly, if they are able to do that, the case will then advance to district court. They basically advance it to a higher court. A new judge will take over the case, and it will then be scheduled to go to trial, unless a plea agreement or something happens there. But we're expecting some information shortly, likely from Kay and Larry Woodcock, the grandparents of JJ, who has been missing since September. They're expected to come out here. Other family members were in court, including Colby Ryan and his wife. They came from Arizona. Colby is Lori's oldest son and has not spoken to his mother, and saw her for the first time today here at the courthouse. We also are expecting, we also saw inside the courtroom a few other family members, including Charles Vallow's son. He came up. Cole Vallow was here. And some others, Brandon Bordeaux. And we will see what the initial reaction here within the next few minutes as Kay and Larry come out and address the media. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what comes out. Here's the attorney over there. This is
Uh-oh.
That's her attorney. So her attorney's just went out.
Her attorneys don't have nothing to say.
Where is she though? They're going around the
Yeah.
Asking questions. Yeah, actually, of course I know who you are. Yeah, no. I know who you are.
The whole time.
For everybody in chat that doesn't know, Bipolar Princess lives in Rexburg. So if you have questions, she's your girl.
And any minute now, we are expecting. It looks like they might be coming out now. Chad and Kay and Larry Woodcock are expected to come out and address the media. Hopefully, you can hear through this.
Well, you're not far. You gave us footage from Rexburg, is my point, is what I should have said. Sorry. Trying to read, talk, and watch all at the same time. What do you want from me, woman? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
All right, I'm glad you can hear me. How you doing? On live Facebook. There you go.
That's funny.
We are here live at the Madison County Courthouse. We will definitely let you know if Lori posts bail. I imagine if she is able to come up with the funds, it won't be immediately, as they have to arrange an ankle monitoring device. If she is able to post bonds, she can't leave Bonneville, Jefferson, Madison, or Fremont counties. The bail is now $1 million, reduced from $5 million. And if she does that, she will have to wear an ankle monitor that will monitor her every move. She will have to surrender her passport, although her attorney says the passport has expired and she no longer has a current passport. So that may not be an issue, but those are the conditions of her bail if she's able to meet them. Her attorneys just snuck out the side door. They had nothing to say.
Shocker.
As well as several other people who were here. If you're just tuning in, we're awaiting, it appears to be Kay and Larry, who are expected to come out and address the media.
Turn this down.
maybe some other family members, although we do know some left out the side door and wanted to get out of here without facing a horde of cameras. Not only professional
You know,
cameras
somebody-
from the media, but also several.
Now I've lost it, but somebody just asked about a press conference. You know, even Hawaii did a press conference with the authorities and with the district attorney. I'm still shocked that there's nothing coming out of Idaho. Still to this day.
Unsure when Larry and Kay will be walking out, but it should be shortly.
Yeah. We'll have to see what they'll, if Chad hits up the bondsman, if the court accepts, you know, do they say cash only? What did I say? Because I'd like to make sure that he has to do cash, because that's going to come down there. Yeah, it'll come $100,000. Oh, I did, Mariah. That was the best ever. He totally, I fucked him. It was great. And like Colby was like waiting to see if he would look back. I'm sure he didn't. Nope. I don't know about cash only either. But she was very confident she was getting out today. As soon as they said, like, that seemed to be a number she was happy with. And the way she pranced by Larry and Kay, I would have taken the contempt charge just to trip her. I ain't even going to lie. Uh-oh, why are we losing feed? Don't play with my emotions like this. What is going on now? Oh, did they just... Oh, son of a bitch. Why did they lose feed too? Everybody lost it. All right, hold on. All right. They lost their live feed, so let's see if we can get it pulled back up. Sorry. Thinking, why in the hell did it go away? Oh, not Rexburg. Let's try them. I swear. I really cannot understand why Facebook is so gosh damn slow. Let's see, it should pop back up because they were waiting. Looks like their feed just totally dropped. So, East Idaho News again. Yeah, looks like that. All right, looks like they're back.
From several people. And
hold on. Sorry, I'm hurrying.
We'll carry this here for you in a moment.
Okay. There we go. We're back, guys. Sorry about that. Let me turn it back up.
Okay, everybody. Nate Eaton here at the courthouse. Here are Larry and Kay Woodcock.
Oh.
was it like seeing Lori again, sir? It was a different feeling. I didn't know whether to cry or to be happy. And I felt sorry for Lori. I felt sorry for children. But I'm happy that justice is being performed. I feel like that we have a long ways to go. This is a marathon. The race is not 100 yards. This is a long-term project. We all can somewhat remember the Casey Anthony case. I parallel that to this, except I think it's a bigger case by far than that case. I want to thank the media for all the support that y'all have given us in trying to find the children. This is what this is all about. It's not whether I like Lori. It's not whether I like Chad. This is about finding two children. I want everybody, please, to keep that in mind in everything we do. Please, it's about two children.
Damn right.
I don't care what the judicial system does or doesn't do to Lori. But I do care about what has happened to Tylee and to JJ.
Yep.
I guess all of y'all are aware of the fact of how much I love that little boy. He is my heart. He is my grandson. Tylee is not my blood, but I love her just like she's mine. Tylee is welcome in our home at any time. If Tylee chooses to come live with us, she will be welcome, and she will be a part of our family. That's all we're asking for, is just where are the kids? It has nothing to do with anything else. If Lori gets free tomorrow, she's free. But tell us where the kids are. That's all I want to know. Tell us where the kids are. And any more than that is just simply putting on the cake. So I thank everybody for being here. We just want to let's keep praying that we can find those kids and we can get them back home.
Kay, what'd you think when Lori walked in?
Nothing. I mean, it's Lori and that's it. It's just Lori. This is Lori. She just looked like she did the last time I saw her, just a little older, just like the same way I'm sure I do. Same way. But I do want to tell y'all that these leis were made by a friend that works with Dateline. He and his wife live in Kauai, and he flew in yesterday, and his wife made them for us.
That's
and
awesome.
These are one's for JJ and one's for Tylee, so we can give them to them when we get them back. But this is showing our support from Hawaii. I know y'all all have it too, but we want to let Hawaii know that we also know we have their support as well as family.
Colby.
Keep looking for the kids. Everybody look for your photographs if you're in Yellowstone in September 8th. Okay. And just keep picking them. That's all.
Yep.
Keep sending in tips. Keep looking for them. You know.
Let's keep it in front of the public, guys. Without y'all's help, this would not be where we're at today. I love every one of you. I thank every one of you. And I'm so proud to be part of this. Sad that it's happened to my grandchild, our grandchild. But I am so proud of all the new friends that we have made, the effort that y'all continue to put into this to find those kids. That is absolutely priceless to Kay and I. And I just want to tell you, thank you. Let's find JJ. Let's find Tylee.
There's a chance that Lori's postponed tonight. Does that make a difference to you?
No. It must. There's only one question I want her to answer. Where's the children?
Now that the legal process is responsible, what's your guys' message to them that you do not?
Sooner or later, they're going to have to say something.
Right.
Something sooner or later. No, she can't continue to hide. She cannot continue to hide from this. Yes.
Mm.
That's right.
Colby, what was going through your mind? Colby, can you just tell me, seeing your mother, did she look at you in the eye? Did you look at her?
Yeah, you honestly did.
Just look it that way. Look that way.
That's probably one of the hardest things you ever would see. Just seeing her and trying to walk out, just trying to get a connection to your mom, knowing she doesn't have the kids for a long time. It was really hard. It was really, really hard. There's no words for it.
Did you make eye contact with her?
What?
When was the last time you talked to her?
It was a while ago. So there's, right before Thanksgiving, told her that second trying to visit.
This poor guy. I want to give him a big hug.
My whole plan is to visit with her. I want to see her. I want to get in front of her. Obviously, she's my mom, and I'm very concerned about my siblings. So that's really what it's about.
What would you say to her if you could say something right now?
My first question is going to be, where is Tylee and JJ?
Right.
Do you think your mom is still the same person you knew as your mom?
My mom never abandoned us. My mom never didn't take care of us and do everything for us.
Colby, what's next? What are you going to do? Try and speak to her somehow?
My whole plan is to try to go figure out a way to actually speak with her.
I agree, Mo. I'm sorry. I can only do so much. I've turned it up as high as I can on this end.
Ask her where Tylee and JJ are. This can't be that hard to answer.
You know your mom the best. What could she have done? Where?
They need to put a microphone in front of him. He's very soft-spoken.
I used to be able to call her anytime, talk to her anytime about anything. And that's not the case anymore. So.
Why do you think she's not
Do you think
talking?
you'd be invited into her home and be able to speak to her wherever she's going to be staying?
That's what I'm praying for. That's what I want. I feel like if anybody, I have to stand up for my family. The last piece really right now. Just really hoping that that is what I can do.
Why do you think she's not talking? Why do you think your mother or Chad hasn't said anything about the kids?
I don't know. It's just another mystery part of this whole thing that's going on.
Right. Thank you. Any other questions?
Larry's like, I got more to say. You got more questions? I love this guy.
My reaction? Nothing surprising. Nothing surprising to me in court pertaining to her in any way. Larry, what's next?
Thank you. Thank you.
Right now, we're going back to South Louisiana. We will be back here for the 18th.
I know.
Probably a little bit before then. And we just want to make sure that we're absolutely involved in this case. We are not, Shay and I are not going to back off one moment from this case.
No, Jack's mom, Chad, left really quickly in a car with Bartholic.
Appreciate the court for what they have done, what they are doing, and what they're going to do in the future. We want to be with them.
It's a good point, Heather.
That did. I was surprised about that. But I did not expect her to be wearing makeup. And anybody that knows
She looked like a two-bit whore. I'm just going to say it. Sorry if that offended anybody.
Photo, a driver's license, or anything else. She never looked bad. That's just not.
Oh, I don't think Colby will be sucked in, Mariah. I think Colby is pretty steadfast.
And she was a beautiful.
No kids, no makeup.
And I'm so disappointed. This, as is everybody, we're all disappointed. But this is not about Lori, guys. This is Lori telling us where those two kids are.
Exactly.
That's what we have.
This is about Tylee and JJ. People need to keep that in mind.
That's the law. The law will take care of them. The court system will take care of them. And they're going to, I think, the court system will take care of the children. But right now, I only have one question. Where are the kids? Where are the kids? Where are the kids?
Mm-hmm.
Bring them home. Let's get them back into a family, whether in a family that loves them.
Right.
That's what we want. We want him back with a family.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
He's got a brother, part of our family.
Aw.
And he hasn't seen him, I haven't seen him. So we just want them back in our family. That's what we want. We want the kids. JJ and Tylee need to be reunited, and we need our family back together.
Right.
You know, we've got a ton of grandkids, and we've got a ton of great-grandkids.
Mhm.
And every one of those children literally asks, when is JJ coming back?
Aw.
Where's JJ at? Okay, they told me I talk too much.
God love him.
Thank you.
He's so sweet.
Please keep up the great work y'all are doing.
Aw.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We are outside the Madison County Courthouse. We've just heard from the grandparents of JJ, who has been missing, Joshua JJ Vallow. They came out. Of course, if you missed the court hearing, Lori Vallow showed up in makeup. She had on bright red lipstick today.
It was not her color.
Her bail was reduced from $5 million down to $1 million. She can post that, and if she does, she will need to stay within either Bonneville, Madison, Jefferson, or Fremont counties, and she will always need to wear an ankle bracelet.
No, Annie
we're gonna
wasn't
cut away
there.
For now, thanks for watching. We will have a full, complete report a little bit later on eastidahonews.com. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Nate. Toodles. No, Annie was not there. She was not there. One thing I have to go back over, and I was just thinking about it again. Nate said something about how long the kids have been missing, which, heads up, on Sunday, it'll be 6 months to the day since Tylee was last seen. But when Lori's lawyer was talking about how it has to be 12 months before the abandonment charge. So you need to tell me legally that if you leave your kids for a week, you can't be charged in Idaho. Like I am very confused by that. So that's something I'm going to dig into because my wheels are spinning on that one. Yes. Yeah. Anybody can email me here. I'll put it. My email is always in the description box of every video, and it's also on my about page. And then I just stuck my email there in chat. So yeah, you guys can reach out to me anytime. Also on my about page is links to all the social media. You can always, I'm always around somewhere. Shoot me an email, whatever. Let's see. Yeah, you need to smack talk. Yep, I told you, Heather. I'm the one. Yeah, that mention of the Social Security was very interesting. Right. Like, Crash, I don't understand. Like, when she was breaking all that down, I'm like, lady, you really need a definition of abandonment. And then she's talking about the law and how it states 12 months and all this. I'm like, wait. I was so wrapped up in everything. I'm going to go back and listen to that part, and I'm going to dig into exactly what that law says. That's something that has piqued my interest. Thanks for coming, Linda. That's what I would think. She would have to prove that, that's benefiting the children. Well, Yellowstone covers 3,000 something square miles. So it goes all over. Now, the particular area that they're searching for, hold on one second, I will tell you. I will actually pull it up here, because I don't mind talking about that part at all. That is something I'm pretty excited about, that the FBI is actually doing something. Open up, fool. No, it doesn't tell me. Well, damn, their letter. Okay, I will get, hold on, give me a second, and I will get that information on that part of the park. Right. And I was wondering, now remember on January 26th, when they seized their car in Hawaii, it stated that inside that car were both kids' birth certificates, which, I mean, I have 2 kids. I don't ride around with their birth certificates. You know what I mean? And by that time, they had been established in Hawaii. She could have left them at the house. I was speculating, and now I'm speculating even more. Was she planning on having any of their SSI benefits transferred to, you know, their Hawaii accounts or whatever? I'm wondering, which would also make sense, you know, if they're confirming now, which that pretty much kind of did, that she was receiving benefits, that the kids were receiving benefits, that would make sense as to why she was still using Tylee's card, and why there were even Venmo payments going to Colby, because Joe was also Colby's dad. So anything that would go to Colby and Tylee, you know, anything coming from Joe would be split between the kids. So that would make sense to me. But yeah, I kind of did speculate. And I try not to speculate out, you know, on the channel too much, because I don't want anything I say be taken as fact. But now that they're coming out and saying something about benefits, that I'm just tossing it out there to see what you guys think. Because for me, there's really no other damn good reason for her to be carrying around birth certificates. That's the most ridiculous thing. Well, they only get it till they're 18. I understand that. But, well, I guess I'm thinking also logically too, and maybe it is something she worked out with both the kids, that they would just split it because, for whatever reason. But I could see that being the reason why Colby would get consistent Venmo payments. Well, because when Joe died, Colby would have been 21, 22. He would have been 21. So Tylee would have been the only minor. So the benefits would have gone to Tylee, but I'm just speculating that could be a possible reason why Colby was getting the Venmo payments. I don't know. I mean, it really doesn't matter to me that a mom would send her kid money. You know what I'm saying? But if she's defrauding SSI, I would hate to see that come back on Colby and him be held responsible for her bullshit. I think that's kind of more so my point. Oh, me too, Emily. I'm glad Charles was quick enough on his feet to be like, nope, I'm out. I'm done with this. Yeah. It is very heavy. I don't want to say it's 100% confirmed, but there was a $75,000 payout that the children would have received from Joe's death. Now, if the children actually got that, that's a whole nother mess. Yeah, Charles Vallow, she kind of met her match, because he kind of, I mean, unfortunately, he lost the war, but he tried like hell to go toe to toe with her, that's for sure. Yeah, I hope so, Shaylee. I feel like Colby's been victimized so much. And I see a lot of people, even online, talking bad about Colby and, oh, he knows something. And no, you know what? He's a kid and his mom is doing unspeakable things. And I just hate to see people smack talk him. It makes my skin crawl. I just hate to see him be victimized anymore. There are no words on anybody's autopsy, neither Tammy's or Alex's. Well, no confirmed words. There's starting to be a little rumble of information here and there, but again, it's not being confirmed, so it's hard to say. So Alex's wife, Zulema, she is, from everything I've gathered, she's pretty high up on the totem pole in this group of wackadoos these people run with. She was very heavily involved in, which a lot of people keep calling it like Lori's podcast group, which is pretty much, if you want to call it a cult, we'll just call a spade. But Zulema was pretty high on the totem pole there. And somewhere along the way, by all accounts, Zulema has always lived in Arizona. So when everybody fled Idaho and they ended up in Vegas for weddings, I'm very curious to see how Alex and Zulema were set up. I really have a feeling that Chad was kind of arranging things, telling people what to do. Yeah. I don't know, Shaylee. I'm just wondering, because we have to, you know how a bank statement is. By the time you get your bank statement, it's, you know, you're halfway through the cycle again. So, you know, there was less money than that in there. And is he willing to like just give up every dime they pretty much have at this point? I don't know. I can't. I don't know. But you can't rationalize irrational people. So who the hell knows what's going to happen? And there's probably already a GoFundMe account already set up by somebody's wacky ass. No, it could be because so Alex and Zulema got married on the 29th, which was 3 days after everybody fled Rexburg. And then Melanie and Ian got married on the 30th, and Alex was the witness to their wedding. So ridiculous. Yeah, and these 3 lawyers can't be cheap. You're absolutely right. So eventually the money's gonna run out here. I mean, I don't know. Melanie, I guess I don't even understand how he could take her into that house. And what the hell are his kids gonna say? I don't give a shit how much they believe in whatever the hell he's, you know, selling people. But there's just a line you don't cross. Like, but I couldn't even begin to try to wrap my head around it. I don't know. They got married on the Strip in some little, you know, drive-through chapel, more or less. Oh, his kids are in their 20s, Emily. They're all grown. Some of them have kids of their own. Oh yeah, Philly girl. Her financial resources are all about to come, you know, are all but coming to an end at this point, because any dime that she may or may not have access to is going to have to go to a defense team. Yeah. I was really hoping she would have to stay in jail, because I think that her and Chad being separated would have been the best thing. But I mean, she's not bonded out yet, so we'll just have to see. But somebody will get her out. But the only other thing is that it's Friday, so if they don't do it quick, her ass going to be there for the weekend. So we'll have to see. We will have to see. I don't know. Do, 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 do. Okay, sorry. Now, see, Lori, I had heard that Chad did have a hearing scheduled about his status at the church, but he didn't show up. Now, that's never been confirmed nor denied, but apparently you have to actually go to your hearing in court or whatever before they can, kick your ass to the curb. Now, is that true? I don't know, but they're back now. I know that Hector is up on the totem pole next, right next to Christopher Parrott and those guys. They're just part of these people that are just off their rocker. I mean, and I'm all for everybody having your own belief system, but I mean, when your belief system is putting people in danger and people are losing their lives and children are missing, and that is somehow justified because that just happens to be what you believe, you need to rethink your shit. Well, Emily, thanks for coming. It was so good to see you. Thanks to everybody for coming. I mean, we've been on here now just over 2 hours, but I'm pretty excited. I'm excited. We got to all spend the time together and have a watch party and talk about it and laugh about her lipstick, as shallow as that is. But sometimes, you can't smack it off her face. So at least you could do is make fun of it. Julie Rowe has been doing this. Well, let's see. At the beginning of the year, she did her 2 videos on Eyes Open where she was in support of Chad and da-da-da-da-da. Well, then Dateline came out, and then all of a sudden, she didn't support Chad anymore, and he's a false prophet, and Lori's a false prophet, but everywhere she showed up, she was pushing her books and whatever her brand of crazy is. And she's kind of quieted down again. And I know that she was excommunicated last spring. So she's all over the map. Ooh, Teresa, what's for dinner? What are you cooking? I'll have some. Yeah, you're welcome, everybody. I'm glad everybody came and hung out. I mean, it was a lot to take in, and I'm definitely going to go into that abandonment charge. That is really interesting to me, and I want to see how the law states that and what exactly they think. I do have a friend that's a lawyer. I'm going to send it all to him and have him put it into layman's terms for me, just to make sure that I'm comprehending what I'm seeing. So then we can talk about that. And I would love to know where those kids are. I would just feel so much better about a lot of things. I just want to know. And every time new documents come out, I try to compare things and try to put together pieces and see. But it just seems like so much of it is about Lori and her actions. Like, I feel like sometimes I feel like the kids get overshadowed by how bizarre her and Chad are. So sometimes that's frustrating. Yeah, Julie Rowe is nuts. Lori goes back to court for her preliminary hearing, and it's going to be a 2-day event on March 18th and 19th at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Fun. Yeah, my birthday comes up at the end of March, so hopefully we'll be celebrating the fact that they're like, yeah, we're going to continue forward with these charges, or maybe she'll end up with more. Will she run? Who knows? Because if she runs, there's going to be a whole hell of a lot of people saying, "I told you so." So I mean, at the end of the day, what's a GPS bracelet really going to do? So we'll just have to see what she does. But it's not like she's really going to have freedom if they go to, the Daybell family home. Hell, he won't even leave the house. He had groceries delivered yesterday or the day before or whatever. So they're not going to be able to go anywhere, which is great. I'd rather her live in any sort of prison that can be provided to her. Right. I mean, that bracelet is not exactly gonna, protect the world from her crazy ass. We'll just have to see. I don't know, Bipolar Princess. You're gonna have to go drive around town and get over there and keep an eye on her. We're gonna put you on the job. Oh my goodness. Oh, she'll be followed 24/7. I mean, there's already people camped up around Chad's house. They have all their signs in the yard about, private property, and we're not making any media comments. Well, that's great. We can all just sit across the street still, and people are doing that. So, oh, me too, cowgirl. Could you just imagine? I just cannot understand. I just can't. Like, he's just gonna, bring her home. Oh my God, I don't get it. I just don't get it. And I mean, we've now learned that Tammy's or Chad's parents are the people that they told she was an empty nester, and then they told Tammy's sister that she had no minor children. So all these statements are coming from Chad's family, so they have to have some sort of radar up, you would think. I don't know. I still think Chad is just equally as culpable as she is. I don't think he's a victim in anything. I mean, what are the odds that these two whack jobs found each other? And how many billions of people, 7 or 8 billion people in the world, and these two just happen to meet up? Oh gosh, dang it. Grilling with Jay, that's what they alluded to in court. They definitely alluded to the idea that she was still getting benefits. So I'm going to go back and watch the hearing again. You know what, Crash? That's kind of a good theory. I don't know. I feel like Tylee looked young, but Colby looks young to me, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. Stranger things have happened. I just hope that for some reason, yeah, Harper, she could be now. And I imagine if they've already got that evidence that she was abusing that system, there's always room for more charges to come. So, ooh. Oh my goodness gracious. Phew. Yeah, the feds aren't going to be too happy. And I mean, the FBI has been involved since December 20th is when they made the FBI made their official statement about JJ and Tylee being missing. So it's not like they're just coming onto the scene, although it kind of seems like it because we're not getting any communication from law enforcement in Idaho, which is so frustrating to me. Not that I expect them to come out and lay out the case for us. Like I said earlier, at least even in Hawaii, they came out and said, you know, this is where we are. This is what we know. That's it. You know? So, I don't know. No doubt, Allie, that lipstick got to go. That was rough. I don't know who brought her, whoever brought her makeup for today was not doing her any favors. Yeah. Hey, Wanda. Wanda, how's the island now that she's gone? Is it nice and calm again? No doubt. Yeah, I don't think her lipstick was Jeffree Star approved. You know what I'm saying? That was rough stuff. I know of all the things going on with this case, to make fun of her lipstick is really kind of ridiculous. I know it, but I can't help it. Like, nothing else I can do, at least where she's concerned. Philly girl, from my understanding, all of the things that were in storage are actually still there. Because once she didn't pay the bill, it became the property of Self-Storage Plus. And from my understanding, it is still there. So now whether that owner would offer it up to, you know, Kay and Larry or even Colby, I think that would probably be the best thing to do. I know, wouldn't that be awesome, Shelly? That is really good. I hope that happens too. Yeah, let her go ahead, bond out, drop all the money they have, and then drop some more charges on her. That would be fabulous. Yeah, I mean, she's aged quite a bit in the last, let's see, 2 weeks and a day she's been in jail. Like, I mean, she's only a couple years older than me, but I mean, whew, that was a long way down for only 2 weeks. So, clean and pure in Kauai again. Yeah, Rexburg looked like it was overwhelmed, and it's only going to get worse. And then the next time, on the 18th and 19th, they'll have 2 days of it. So, I don't know if anybody heard, because I was kind of talking over Nate. We have someone in our, there she is right there, Bipolar Princess. She lives up in that area, and she posted, here, let me show ya. She shared with us some videos of what Rexburg looks like, you know, normally, quote unquote, you know, like just like a normal night in town. As soon as I can make things work. Okay. Let's see. Where are you? There you are. No. Are they, Bipolar Princess, are they public or no on YouTube? Let me see. Oh no. Here, Bipolar Princess, let me give you, I'll give you a wrench and you can just post them in chat. There you go. There you go. Now you can just put the links to them in chat. Chad was sped away from the court in his car with his lawyers, but Lori's lawyers took off running out the side door. You know, Tom Rose, I noticed that when she was in Hawaii too. Every other time they talked to her, it was Miss or Mrs. or Miss Vallow or Miss Daybell. Like nobody knows what the hell her name is. Yeah, I keep saying orange is the new swimsuit. God, wouldn't it be the shits though if he only had like 89 grand in the bank? Then what? Yeah. So Bipolar Princess the other night, she posted them in Discord for us, but she was near Rexburg. She was in the big town and took some video of us, or for us, not of us, but for us to kind of so we could see what it looks like, you know, because what we're going to see is the mayhem. Yeah, AKA. It's, I don't know. Maybe Heather. Who was it that just did that? The Bundys? And they just had, wasn't it the Bundys that had the big standoff over property or something crazy? I think that's it. I can't remember. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Bipolar Princess. You know what, Carla? A lot of times now, they make it to where and people who are convicted, it could be part of their sentence that they're not allowed to profit from their story. So we can always keep that in the back of our mind. I mean, we've got a hot minute before we'd even, I mean, the preliminary hearing is a week and a half away, and then whatever they decide to happen from there. And hell, who knows? She could be on a flight to BFE by the end of the night if she gets out. So who knows? I don't know. I hope I mean, for her own sake, I hope that she's compliant and does what they're asked of her. Or otherwise, they will just lock her up and throw away the key. And then at that point, she'll have nothing to lose and never open her mouth about where the kids might be. That's what I thought Lisa B. I have a feeling that her legal name is still Vallow. I don't know. I've not seen oh, awesome, Bipolar Princess. Well, here's the thing. So it's already almost 4 o'clock in Rexburg, Idaho. So even if they jumped right on getting the paperwork and everything filled out, I mean, they would already be cutting it close to get her out before the end of the business day. So she might even have to stay there for the weekend, which would be fine by me too. So, I mean, just based on the time. Well, apparently her passport expired in February of 2018, I believe it is. Yeah, when the words first came out that said, "I'm going to Lower Bell," I was like, "Oh no." But you could see her face light up. But as soon as he said 1 million, you could just kind of see the lights go out for a second. I was like, oh, thank God. But at least it wasn't as drastic as what her team was asking for. Let's see who. Okay, Sarah. So she had her hearing. They both made their arguments, and it ended up being that they did lower her bail to $1 million. So now we're all just kind of waiting around to see if someone's going to get her out. Yeah, Sarah, it sure was. Yeah. And she literally had to walk here. She had to walk literally in front of Kay and Larry and her son Colby, like inches from them to get to her seat. Like, oh my gosh, the reserve they have. But whew. Well, Sarah, she's not out yet. Somebody's got to fork over $100,000. And we were just kind of talking and we were speculating how much Chad actually had left. But it's got to be hovering right at that $100,000 mark. So we'll see. Yeah. Oh, Colby gave Chad the best look at the end. Like I was watching him. I was like, yeah, go, go, go. I agree, Sarah, but we'll see. I don't know. Apparently she's going back to the Daybell family home where Tammy passed away. So she's going to stay there with Chad and a couple of his adult children. Like, just unbelievable. So I have to see. I don't know. Maybe he won't have the money to get her out. We could only be so lucky. Absolutely, Marcy. And eventually that money is going to money's going to run out for her defense team. It's not like they're going to get that bond money back. I mean, realistically, she's already been in jail for 2 weeks. This preliminary hearing's in 12 days. Why not just save the money and ride the wave and see what happens at that preliminary hearing? And then, because if you spend all your money now and then she does do something stupid, then she really will end up with a public defender because there'll be no money left for any sort of defense. You know what? You're absolutely right. She's going to Tammy's house and getting bailed out from Tammy's money. That is very, very true. Very true. Oh, Lord. I can't understand why his kids would even begin to think this is an okay idea. I'd have been like, oh, hell no, Dad. You can go hit up the Motel 6. I don't give a shit if you camp out in the backyard, but you're not staying in here with her. No way. Oh, I imagine $50,000 is a fair assessment. Oh, his kids are definitely. If you, I've been listening to some of Chad's, literary art, if you want to call it that. And his kids are actually the narrators for some of his books. So, I mean, not to say just because you can read means you support whatever, but they're definitely involved in his stuff. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah, only if you're found not guilty, right? So, I mean, at this point, should not, the odds really aren't in her favor. So, I don't know. It will be an interesting, it'll be an interesting show if she does get out. Because frankly, if I were her, I'd rather just stay in there. At least nobody could bug the shit out of me. I would just take my chances in jail, I think. I don't know. Melanie, she might not have a choice. She might be up in the big house. Well, the whole thing is gross. Oh, God. The release Lori Vallow page shows she'll be home tomorrow. Well, there's good news. Oh, man. Crash, that would be hilarious. Karma's a bitch. I wouldn't be mad if any of it went down. I'm not free Lori Vallow page. What a joke. It's like T-Stock having supporters. Like, come on now. Check and see if there's anything. Okay, nothing really else is popping up. I think we watched everything. Yeah. I can't understand. The only people that could be supporting her are people in their loop of loons. Heather, I was thinking the thing about she can only go to certain counties. I think that they're trying to give her a leash and see where she'll go to see if she will offer any clues, quote unquote, to any locations. I'm wondering. It's interesting, but I just don't see them. But they're also brazen and they're so clueless about, what normal human behavior would be. Though, if in fact she's out over the weekend, they'll be out to dinner on Sunday night. But we'll just be sitting up at the Applebee's sipping a, top shelf margarita, just hanging out, because they just don't seem to understand that it's just not the way people act. But I don't know. If you guys think about it, I don't know how many people have followed Gaiman's case, but with T-Stock, they let her just go and she eventually hung herself. It took a hot minute, but everybody knew it was coming. It was just a matter of when. So, it's possible they're trying to do a similar thing with Lori, which wouldn't be shocking. Heather, I thought that too. That he's definitely creating these scenarios to prove, his theories are correct. I'm surprised he's not taken ownership of coronavirus yet, not to make jokes, but those are the types of things he would lay claims to, unfortunately. Regina, I'll take you. You can be my grandma. Not really, but I'll take you. Yeah, this being a law, above the law thing, they just don't even act like laws apply to them. Like they just have free reign over everything because they've decided on their own that they're holier than thou and they have these gifts and they hear voices and people talk to them from the other side of the veil. I mean, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure hallucinating and hearing voices is a sign that you've got bigger problems. You might want to get that checked out. Oh, and well, she said she told Charles she wouldn't go to the doctors because they would do an x-ray and see that she is a celestial being, because an x-ray machine is going to pick that up. This broad is something else, man. Whew. Yes, Gannon's stepmom was arrested on Monday morning in South Carolina. And then as they're transferring her back to Colorado Wednesday, she slips out of her cuffs and injures an officer and puts him in the hospital. So they had to all spend the night in Kansas so then she could continue the trip. So she picked up some charges on the way back. Oh, I can't. Lori's parents did not come. Lori's parents have been radio silent. They're not exactly the most stable people on the planet either, but I mean, they've not come out with anything. I don't know. In my opinion, again, not a doctor, don't even play one on YouTube, but I do feel like she had to have some sort of underlying mental illness to be able to fall into what she's falling into so hard and be so steadfast with it. No, I have not watched The Godmakers. I don't know what that is. Are you talking about Letitia Bonda? No, I think T is alive and well. She's oh, okay. I was like, whew, hold on. I'm like, I didn't get that news brief. Oh yeah, no, she was out there. She basically just talked herself into jail, which was fine. Everybody knew it was coming, but I see law enforcement basically just gave her enough rope to hang herself. They let her just go out there and do whatever she was going to do and watched her the whole time. And then eventually we're like, yep, nope, that'll be enough of that. And she ended up being arrested and they charged her with first-degree murder, which is no joke. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I was like, wait a second. Yeah. Marcy's like, no, Denise, you said it. Pay attention to your words, lady. Sorry. Yeah, I do know what I said now. Yeah. So I can imagine a similar situation with Lori to where they're like, here, let's just see what she does. Oh, Melanie, she definitely thought she was getting money. And from everything I can understand about this group, this cult, whatever, they are money hungry and they are not kid friendly. And those are pretty much the two things I can deduce from the whole thing. Yeah, nobody, no case. That's not true. Oh, Frazee took place right down the street, and we know how that turned out. Yes, Lori was raised LDS. Let's see. Okay. Trying to double check. I still don't see anything, any news popping off. Yeah, a lot of people are pissed off about this judge reducing it to $1 million. That's gonna be ugly for a while. That poor guy. Yeah. You know, I was wondering if she was trying to, the suicide by cop thing. And then I'm wondering, is she going to get an escape charge out of that? Because that's a whole nother felony. Oh, that woman. I don't even, poor Gannon, that poor kid. That is just heart-wrenching, the whole thing. But T deserves whatever she's got coming to her. That's for sure. Cowgirl up, that's a good question. There definitely is a need for a lot of money for surrounding these people, which supposedly goes to their supplies and things they're hoarding till the end of the world in a few months. Now, as far as like an entry fee to join the club, I have no idea. Oh my gosh. BB girl, that was rough. Yes, so T goes to court on the 11th in the afternoon. Now that morning, if you guys remember the Heidi Broussard case, Megan Fieramusca goes to court also on the 11th, and I believe her appearance is at 9 a.m. So that one is kind of quieted down, which was what her defense team wanted to have happen, is that it wanted the media attention to kind of go away so they'd have a better shot at things. But I've definitely been keeping an eye on things, and she goes to court. Everybody goes to court next Wednesday. Yeah. Scientology. Now, we talk about crackpots. Now, see, I also think about Chad and, LRH. LRH started as a science fiction writer, and then suddenly he wrote Dianetics, and then now Xenu and the Thetans and all these crazy aliens are what becomes of all of us. So I'm wondering if Chad thought he could be LRH too and just write a few fiction books and make it big. Yeah, Tisha's nuts. That's Gannon's stepmom. She's out. Allie, I believe he is. Okay. See if anything new is popping off other than people being pissed off at the judge. Pissed off at the judge and making fun of her lipstick. It's going to be probably what the rest of the night's going to look like. But I am definitely interested in that Social Security stuff. I think that's great that they threw that on the table. But yeah, she's not, I don't know. I mean, by all means, she's not an ugly woman, like physically, but she is just so vile that you can't just help but look at her and just be disgusted. It just, ugh. She is very, it's unfortunate the way she's treating people, especially all three of her children. Yeah, the ramen hair, that was the best. I laughed so damn hard at that. Oh my gosh. Her hair probably won't be quite as curly in Idaho. Just she'll be out of the humidity. I think it looks like she probably has naturally some natural body to her hair. So I think not being in the humidity, maybe it'll tone down her ramen noodles, be more like spaghetti noodles now. Who knows? Man, I love the Hawaii judge. And I like the Hawaii DA too. Today's DA, he was pretty good. He laid out some things I was happy for. I agree, Crash. All right, guys. Well, we're going on 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I'm going to let you guys go for now. And we will definitely meet back up and do this again on the next court date. But between now and then, I have a lot of things coming your way. So the February timeline is all but done. I have a little editing left, and then that'll be up just as a recap for last month. Let's see. I am going to dig in. That abandonment charge is just really bugging me now. So I'm going to dig into some of the legal things they talked about today in court and get a better, clearer understanding of all that. And we'll talk about that again soon. And I've got information about Zulema we need to talk about. I've got quite a few things on my list of to-dos for you guys. So if you haven't already, I definitely invite you to hit subscribe and follow the case along with me and everyone here at this channel. Everyone that I've met on this channel so far has been amazing. And I really thank each and every one of you guys for hanging out with me all the time. You guys are the best. So I will, Krish. I definitely will. So definitely a big thumbs up for today. Just sucks that she's possibly getting out. She's not out yet. So until she walks out that door, I don't know. Stranger things have happened. So definitely, yes. So definitely subscribe, hit that bell. Thank you to everyone that came hung out. Some of us have been here. Some of you guys have been here the entire 2 hours and 45 minutes. And I definitely appreciate that. So I will talk to you guys very soon. Have a good Friday. Bye, guys.